Alright, so let's talk blades, everybody, because that's what we're into. Today I have for you a knife that I didn't really think too highly of. Probably because it feels so, I don't know, to me it just feels like a cheap knife, but it is not. This is a Ken Onion design. It is the CRKT Ripple aluminum. This is 6061 aluminum handle scales with the IKBS ball bearing system. So let's get into it, guys. Let's talk blades, because that's what we're into. So, and yes, it came like this. It came looking like it was pocket worn. I carried this for less than a day, simply because I just didn't like the way it felt in the pocket. I needed something with a little bit more weight to it. Not a bad knife. Not a bad knife. The steel on this is 8CR14 MOV. It's a very interesting knife. I think that's what got me to it, was the fact that it was the way it looked. But I really, really do like the aluminum handle scales. I think it's really durable, really rugged. I carried it for literally half a day, and then I just decided to put it away. Now here it is. The Ripple Ken Onion design. It's got the IKBS ball bearing system symbol right there with the little circle with the arrows. CRKT. It's a small knife, so if you're used to the leak, this is basically like the CRKT version of the leak. It's not exactly, to me, it's not a bad knife. But it's not a knife that I really wanted to carry. I saw it, it looked really flashy, and I really liked it. And I purchased it, carried it for half a day, then I put it away and totally forgot about it. But it is part of my CRKT lineup, and I didn't realize how into I was with CRKT till I started looking at my older knives. And I realized I had more CRKTs than I thought, because I never really considered what company brand these knives were till recently. I know that sounds stupid, but when you have as many knives as I do, it's kind of understandable. You kind of overlook those facts. So, unfortunately, this pocket clip is only a one-way carry pocket clip. You cannot switch it at all for any reason whatsoever. I tried looking, and no. The only thing you do have is a little lanyard hole, if that, makes a difference. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the specs for you guys. Sorry, today it's just my nose has been acting a little funny. I swear it's not COVID. So, we are looking at 2.56 ounces. So yeah, it's a fairly light knife for what it's made of. And we'll go ahead and we will go into the specs. If you guys are interested in this knife, it's relatively affordable. Overall, we'll just say 7.5 inches with a 3 1/8 inch blade, 1/4 maybe. And yes, there are liners in there. They are nestled in there, so you kind of have to look. Partial liner on top, if you can see that, and then another liner on the bottom for the liner lock. Let's go ahead and go into the thickness of the blade. You are looking at 2.4 on the blade, and on the handle you are looking at, 10.1. Okay. So it's all just really depends on your flavor of what you expect out of a blade. I can tell you right now, this is a type of knife that it's not really dressy. I think it's a good EDC. Not a self-defense knife by any means. I mean, this is great to open up stuff. I have never cut anything with this knife. So let's go ahead and get into that one then, yeah? Here's some rubber from a rubber band that I had left over, so we'll go ahead and cut through that and see how that works. Yeah! Went right through it. Like it was nothing. Rubber band? What rubber band? So, let's go into something else. I got some weird kind of leather cordage here that's kind of weathered. Okay, let's give that a try. I know this thing is kind of tough, so yeah. Alright, fairly decent on that. Let's go with something a little bit, I don't know, Bear with me here, sorry. Regular string. I think this is some sort of wax string that I had lying around. Yeah, that was nothing. It cut through it like nothing. So if you don't mind the blade steel on this thing, you know, then it might be the knife for you. I do like how smooth opening it is. The action on this blade is pretty decent for as small as it is, because the leaks designed by Ken Onion are assisted. This is not. This is a flipper with the IKBS ball bearing system and a pretty decent ball detent that's in there somewhere, so that way it keeps it in there. It doesn't flick open at any point in time. I can try to flick it and it won't pop open. You actually literally have to go to the flipper and pop it open. Sorry, I've bumped the tripod I don't know how many times. I do have to say that the grip is pretty decent. You got subtle jimping up here, and you can tell that this is designed to be carried one way because of the jimping on the pocket clip, which I think is relatively interesting right here. Jimping on the handle as well as the blade up to about that point right there. And it has a very rounded off spine, which I think is kind of nice. It's very rounded, it's very like professional looking, you know? Looks nice. It looks really, really kind of dressy almost. But if you like small knives, or if you like a knife that's kind of medium-ish, then this is good. You know, this isn't a 4-inch blade, but it's carryable. It's a decent knife for what it is. The pocket clip, or the pocket clip, the pocket, excuse me, the liner lock is a little bit interesting. It's kind of hard to get to, but because of the jimping right there, you can get to it. So it's just, you got to really put the meat of your thumb in there in order to get to it. And yeah, you do have a little bit of jimping right on the flipper right underneath it. So it gives you that kind of security. It's an interesting knife, it really is. If you're looking at the price on Amazon, it is listed, and yes, I bought this a long time ago. It is listed at $47.29, so just under 50 bucks. Not bad. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, it's a $50 knife. When I first bought it, I think it was $60. So it was a little bit more. I know that it wasn't $50. I'm pretty sure it was $60 when I first bought it. And I was thinking to myself, why did I buy this? Because it was interesting and it caught my eye, and it's just really cool to flip open and flip closed. And that's the first time I ever cut anything with all this, you know. So let's go to paper. Got some paper for you. Bam! We got some paper. So flip it open. Yeah. Trying to get it on the camera. Get it. There we go. Relatively sharp. Oh, that just hung up right there. That was a little weird. Trying to keep it all on. Gee, really? What happened? Did it go dull from that? Couldn't have. It's hanging up somewhere, so probably from that. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's a little bit rugged just around about this part right here. Yep. Oh, I even feel it. I wonder how that happened. Huh. Oh well. It's still a good knife. It's pretty sharp. But it could have been from this. Because this leather has some sort of like black coating on there that makes it like kind of hard. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's got like this interesting coating on there. And it's hard. It's pretty hard, and it's cracking. But that shouldn't make this... Anyways, I don't know. I'll probably strop it out. It'll probably come out relatively easy. I mean, it is a bit of a softer steel, maybe. And I hit my tripod again. Freaking hell, dude. Okay, anyways. This is an interesting CRKT. This kind of falls into the category of gentleman's folder, in my opinion, because it's just not... I don't know. This isn't, to me, something that I would carry every day. I mean, maybe, if I had a secondary knife, I'd probably consider carrying this as my tool knife and then have a self-defense something, you know. I don't know. Like a matriarch or something. I don't know. Black Talon. Something, I don't know. Either way. So yeah, CRKT Ripple aluminum. So if you guys liked it, please stab that like button and slash that subscribe. I know that's backwards again. I'm supposed to say slash that subscribe button and stab that like. Don't actually do that though, because that's gonna ruin your phone or laptop. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for the support.